listen over. You a queen when I less than I'm a gozy. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Girl, you're such a powerful woman.
Hi, my ninjas. How are you doing? It's a girl, Owamie aka Miss Fearful, collaborating back for our entertainment. If it's the first time joining me, almost definitely welcome. Please do make sure that subscribe and also hit the bell. I absolutely love you. Now, my ninjas, we are still on that young African and famous Shibabam season 3. We are back. This is episode 4. If you've not watched the previous 3, you better go and watch them, okay? And if you've not watched the actual series, spoiler alert, I'm putting it all out there, okay? So maybe go to Netflix first, go watch it, and then come back here, and I'm sure you will quite enjoy it. Okay, so now we are going to continue, and we're going to talk about Louis, and we're also going to talk about Iniedu. Okay, I've decided to group these two, though they're not a couple, and the reason for that is because I felt they had clashes that I just want to address everything here, you know, to give you guys my opinion, of course, because everything here is my opinion. Okay, so my ninjas, let's go ahead and get into this Chende. So Louis, obviously, you know, he also came in last season 2, and they abused him. That's my personal opinion. I feel like Louis is such a softie. I feel like Louis is such a good-hearted person, and I feel like Louis is going through a lot of internal pain. At first, when he came season 2, so if you ever watch this, I'm sorry, I felt like it was he had a little bit of femininity in him a bit. I thought maybe, you know, are you a little, you know, but I don't think so now. I think having to see him this season, he did show a different side, but at the same time, you could still just see that into an offer, you know. But anyway, Louis is from Namibia, you know, and I was quite surprised that this season, I think even last season he shared, but it did get to me like this season. I think last season he did talk about that he's not talking to his family, but I think this season he actually went in depth of what's happening. Maybe he did even last season, I just forgot, but this season I still do remember, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys. So Louis had gone to Big Brother, and Big Brother house, it seems like he did some stuff, okay? I don't know. And that made him get disowned by his family because I guess his sins were just unwashable. I really honestly don't get what is wrong with these people. Religious people, the biggest narcissists are in church. Let me tell you one thing. The biggest narcissists, and this is my opinion, they are in these damn churches, okay? So due to the church and his family, he basically got, you know, cut off, and yeah, he's not even in communication with his mom, his dad, his siblings, and it's something that is really sad. So this season, you know, he was talking about how he felt lonely, and that's the reason why he basically just wants to have a child, and he wants to have a child like via a surrogate. Okay, he did talk about surrogacy last season, and I think he was even talking to Zari about it and stuff like that. But anyway, this time there's a gorgeous lady by the name of Iniedu who actually joined the cast. She is a Nigerian actress. If you're someone that has watched Nigerian movies, there is no way you do not know Iniedu, especially if you watched them back then. When I tell you that this woman can act, this woman knows how to act too. This woman, One thing about me, I grew up watching Nigerian movies, guys. Like, hands down. You're talking about Bo Iniedu, you're talking about Bo Chinedu Geziede, you're talking about Osita Iheme, you're talking about Tonto Dige, you're talking about what I'm seeing here, why am I Ogyokoye? Ogyokoye, I loved Like, it's definitely that time of Patience Ozoko. Like, I feel like Nollywood has had different stages. In my personal opinion, I feel like old Hollywood will always be the best Nollywood. Old Nollywood will always be the best Nollywood. I don't want to lie. Like, those people were pure acting. There was no all this nonsense that happens now. I mean, the movies they have now, they're very interesting, but I think that maybe also because we were younger then, it was something completely new that was now like coming in. The storylines were always shocking. We were used to like American movies, honestly, and so when we got to Nollywood, and I don't know why I'm going on a whole lecture because I'm now, but I'm basically saying that I grew up watching Inedu and I have been a fan of hers for the longest time. One thing I can tell you is that I wish a little bit she didn't join this cast. I wish she didn't come, honestly, because just one season and I am starting to look at her in a very different way, a very different way. And that's why they always say that, like, never meet your what do they call this, I don't know if it's mentors or not mentors, obviously. Never meet your heroes, something like that. You will get disappointed. For me, I felt like she came into this group already with an attitude. I do not take BS, I do not dance, I do not dance. And I'm like, ma'am, you're just arriving. Madam, you're just arriving. Oh, like, relax now. What is it? Relax, But I feel like she just came in guns blazing. That's number one. Number two, does she even understand what a reality show is all about? A reality show is about reality, okay? Do we supposed to share your life, Shibubu? Do we, So basically, what she shared with us, which I did not hear her share with the group, was about the reason why she ended up having a child via surrogacy, okay? So she was married and then she got a divorce, if I'm not too mistaken. She does have a daughter, but her child, she got her daughter through via a surrogate and a sperm donor. I don't know if she got a sperm donor. I don't want to lie. I know that she had a child via surrogate. The reason for that, I also didn't know, but it seems it's because she has tried IVF that has failed. She has had miscarriages. She has had infertility issues. And that's when she decided that as a last resort, she was going to go and get a surrogate. Okay. Now, Louis was talking about surrogacy last season. So, of course, even now, when he had somebody talk about that, she had a child via surrogacy, I think that he really honestly was like, okay, this would be the person that would actually give me advice. You've gone through surrogacy. So I think that honestly, he genuinely felt this is someone that can actually advise me. And again, looking at the fact that Louis is, I would say, maybe lonely. He wants someone that he can call family, and who's more family than your child, And he even expressed that he had a feeling that though they can reject him, they cannot reject a child because the child is innocent. So he will have a way, even if he's to go drop the child, he'll be able to see his mom, see his family. And so it actually goes deeper, But Inedu, instead of just telling everybody that this is what happened, the real reason why I had a surrogate is because I had infertility issues, which I do understand that it is something that is very private. However, when you're in a reality show, you do gotta be honest, and tell people so that they're not going to offend you or upset you unknowingly. So she didn't really express that at first or tell the reason. If it's anyone, they would just think that, okay, maybe she was too busy to carry her child, or maybe we do not know. People have have children via surrogates for different reasons. So the issue now came more when Louis would be asking questions to Inedu and Inedu would be getting offended, and I'm like, ma'am, why are you getting offended? I don't get it, because you didn't express to this guy that actually the reason why this is a very soft spot for me is because of 1, 2, 4, and 10. She didn't do that. In my personal opinion, I felt like she was not very open. And so Louis kept on asking innocently, you know. So Louis got to a point where he now wanted to select a surrogate or a potential surrogate. This is someone that can carry his child. So he calls his friend, who's Zara's husband, and then he decides, who's the other person that I can call? Ini, because she has had a child through a surrogate. I didn't see anything wrong with that. Now, the part where Ini pissed me off 1,000% was when she was talking about how Louis is disrespecting women. Women are coming out here to parade themselves. Hey, what. Ma'am, if a woman decides that she's going to be a surrogate and she knows I'm going there for an interview to become a surrogate, a man is not being disrespectful. For me, a man is more disrespectful when he meets you, lies to you, claims that he loves you, he wants to marry you, impregnates you and get the child he's been wanting and leave you like that. That's the disrespect. When a person is coming and saying, listen, I need someone that will carry my child to be a surrogate, I will pay you for that, and then I will have my baby. And these women are not being forced, number one. They are not being blackmailed. They're not being anything. They're coming at their own free will. They're not coming to parade. They're coming to an interview. I wish you could have easily just said, I don't want to be part of this and leave. But now talking about how that disrespecting women, there was absolute zero disrespect that I saw there. And that's my personal opinion. If these are fully grown adult women that can carry children, that are choosing to say, we're going to come and we're going to sit, we're going to go through the interview, they understand that they're not the only ones that are here. This is a job opportunity. That's it. There was no disrespect there, in my opinion. And I felt that when she started talking and everything, and Louis, when she now said she had to leave or something, Louis then said, you can leave. She felt so offended. I was like, ma'am, you are not the queen here. Like, honestly, she bored me. And, you know, you saw how my face lit when I was talking about growing up, watching those movies and everything, loving her and everything. I felt like she was so unfair towards Louis. That's number one. And again, she was just, I felt like the whole time she had her nose up. I don't know, maybe that's just the attitude that I got and other people did not get that, but I felt like her nose was too up there. It was like, I'm the queen, I'm out here. I don't know how many times this woman said, I don't take BS or in these confessions. I was like, okay, man, we have heard. We have heard it. You don't take BS, it's enough. It's okay now. Like her nose was up there. Like I was like, ah. And it just really started to make me look at her in a very different way, honestly. You know, again, never put people on a pedestal, because I only see her, obviously I know the roles that she would play, and she would always play as like this nice, but obviously she's not those two, the idea of her is not what I actually saw here, you know. That's me. And I felt like the other thing again that I can also say, when it came to her now having a fight with Louis, she was going in, Swanky, what thing? Hey, he was also joining in. Yo, mamborile, guys. And here they were like, Louis had to stand up for himself. I'm so proud of him. Though I saw that he was so out of his element, he really tried his best this season to just stand up for himself. But you know, when a nice person is fighting, like, it's not them. It's not who they are. It's not in them. I feel like Louis is such a softie. He ended up apologizing. And I was happy of the fact that, you know, Ini did just, you know, say, come here. They hugged it out. And she was like, it's over. I really respected her so much for that. Because if it was someone, Lord forbid it was Nadia Nakai, it would have been dragged to 7 seasons, you know. So, yeah, I was happy that at least, you know, she was able to just say, you know what, it's okay. Let's keep it moving. But I felt like she was so wrong, because she was not forthcoming from the beginning to actually say, I've got trauma with this, may you not talk to me about surrogacy, which I completely understand, because from what it is, it seems like she really did want to be the one to carry a child, but it was not happening, and she chose a different way, which again, guys, I will not even lie, I respect her for that as well. I'm one of those people that if ever I was at a position where I want a child and it's not happening for me to carry the child myself, I would definitely go the surrogate route. Like, honestly, if I wanted that child, I would go the surrogate route. Like, I don't know how to say this. Not that I'm trying to downplay, I'm sure it would be devastating, but yeah, if I had to go through the surrogate route, I would 1,000% actually do it, So I do respect her for that. But yeah, I don't know. When it came to her and Annie, I felt like she was trying to reason, but I also just feel like she's so quick. Let me have water. I also just felt like she didn't give any enough patience. If you say that this is like your sister, this is someone you've been with for years and stuff, I feel like if we as strangers can see that something is not okay with this woman, you as her sister, why couldn't you see that something is not okay with her? And give it a little bit more grace, okay? Because not that I know Anilena sometimes she can be annoying, but I just felt like, there are certain things that you just don't do. Like, Ini is new to this group. She claims she and Annie have been together for a long time. I feel like if there's anything that I could do, would be at least maybe for that one time, I would be the one to actually say, listen, let me be down, and then I will just talk to her privately to say, friend, what's going on? You don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do that, and then maybe try find a common ground as your sister, not what she did like in front of everyone. I felt like she was now just attacking, and again, Annie is someone that I feel like she really cannot defend herself like that, because her veins pop out, she shakes the head, she talks very as if she's crying. So I feel like she's really unable to just put herself out there like that. She's not gonna like stand with somebody like an Owamie when they're talking. By the time she's finishing one sentence, Owamie is done with 10. So it kind of like, how do you catch up to that? And so I felt like Ini also did the same to her. It was just such a sad season for Annie. But anyway, back to Ini, I felt like, okay, did she make things more interesting for the show? Yeah, she did. But I feel there are certain things that just did not paint her to be in the best way, I should say. Not for me, I just felt like I saw someone whose nose is up there. Like, I didn't like the attitude that I feel like she walked in with. It's okay for you to be, I am this and that and that, but I just felt like you can't expect people to know what you didn't tell them, So she pissed me off with that whole Louis thing. And I like Louis, I think that he's such a cool guy, And he had to fight Shampoo thing. Oh, Shem, he fought and he was like, yo, I don't think this is my group. I'm sorry for laughing. I feel like for me, sometimes it's quite funny to see someone try to stand up for themselves. And they're so out of their element, because for me, standing up for myself, like, I was born this way. It's what I do. Okay. So when I see someone, I'm just there like rooting for them, but then I see like, oh, it's like that drowning Yana in there, but they're trying to keep afloat. It's not fun, it's sad, but thinking about it now, I'm like, it was quite a situation. But anyway, as I'm saying, they ended up actually making up, and I think that Louis now understood where Ines anger was coming from, which I feel like it was just anger, which she was now not just angry about him asking questions. Maybe she was now triggered into remembering stuff that have gone down. So yeah, I just wish that she had communicated, and I feel like Lou would have definitely backed off, because Louis is someone that I would say, you know, he's quite a good guy. It's quite a nice guy, you know. But yeah, go ahead and comment down below what you guys think. Do I still love Inedu? I do, but I just don't see her the same way anymore. Honestly, I hope that she comes back for a second for a second season for her. But I hope that season 4 she's gonna come back, just so that maybe we can kind of get to grip and see who she is. Because I won't lie, guys, I don't even remember her like proper sitting and just having fun, laughing, and everything is fine. She's just letting loose and this and that. I felt like every time she was there, it was almost like she's ready, you know. And yeah, go ahead and comment down below what you guys think. From Owamie, I love you guys. Stay blessed. And yes, we do have part 5 coming, so I am spoiling you guys rotten. Mwah!